Hey, this is Todd, and I wanted to let you know what you're about to hear is what we're calling In Between. It's a little bit of a recording that we made while we were in between an episode. We talk about different pop culture things, be it comic books, movies, video games, whatever it is, and we decided we want to share it with everybody because we enjoy getting together and being friends and talking about the things we love. Now, I want to warn you, we're not going to do the monkey bleep on anything, so if you're offended by language, please understand.
Fuck you!
That was Sean telling you that lovingly he wants you to fuck you. But we're not going to bleep anything. This is just us having a good time, and we hope you'll enjoy it too. In between episode, we're going to talk about The Shape of Water.
Right,
Go.
So you want to see Shape of Water?
Okay, so I want to see The Shape of Water. I haven't
now
seen.
I have to have another beer.
Yeah.
Guys.
Go ahead.
So
why are you complaining about us drinking?
I'm on a roughly 30 to 90 day no alcohol because of a
That's why you're
challenge
complaining
at
about
my
us drinking.
gym.
And I'm on I shouldn't be drinking because I'm on allergy medicine, but now we're just talking shit and it's fun. So go ahead.
I'm on a 3 to 3 beers a day drinking program, and I'm on my second one.
So this is very painful to watch you guys drink while I am not drinking.
I'm sorry, hang on.
So one of the reasons
good.
One of the reasons that I'm not going to go see Shape of Water at the movie theater is because we only ever go to Alamo Drafthouse now.
Yeah.
And we only ever go to Alamo Drafthouse
To drink
to
and
drink.
eat. Yeah.
So to drink and eat. And since I am not drinking at the moment, we will not be seeing Shape of Water in the theater. So I feel like I don't know how to get around that. But my point is,
well, when it comes out on DVD, you'll come over to our house.
You need to go
and
see this in the theater.
so the Golden Globes,
really? In theaters?
the Golden
Right.
Globes happened
beautiful.
last night.
Mhm.
Okay, Golden Globes happened a month ago.
Oh, you know what? This is our in between.
Well, they
This
don't
we
want
can
to
just
record.
just say this
We
is last
record
night.
things.
So yeah, we don't know what. So anyway, so the Golden Globes happened last night. Oprah gave her presidential speech for 2020, and it was phenomenal. It was mind-blowingly good. Maybe went like 10 seconds longer. Than
I
it needed
agree.
to. And then they had Padme
Shut up,
Amidala came out with Ron Howard,
Yeah.
and Padme was like, they were doing the best directors, and she's like, which no women were nominated for, right? It's like that to kind of
Throw that little bit
jab
of shade,
that little
yeah.
out there. And Del Toro has to come up and give his speech, which nobody
sorry,
could
I'm not the
follow.
woman.
Right.
Nobody could follow Oprah or
No.
even the Padme's little zing about the category. So it was just kind of like, oh, I felt bad for him. But my point is, the actor who plays the lead in The Shape of Water,
Doug Jones?
she looked
her. The
she
female,
looked
sorry.
really uncomfortable the entire night, and I couldn't tell if that was just her personality.
I think it is her personality.
Okay, because it was a weird between.
I want to say she's some kind
shy-
of she's a European actress. I was talking to my mother about it.
specifically her reactions to everything. 'Cause they
No,
were
I
very
was talking
unusual.
about her as an actress, and I just want to bring this to it that I call my parents almost every time after I go see a movie because they raise me on movies. We share it. It's a little conversation we have, and Mom had to go into the long soliloquy of all the roles this woman has played, and they're usually shy and demure-ish, but
Mousy.
occasionally she can flip and play the very
Okay.
abrupt character, but I think that's who she is.
Is she British or is she something else?
I think she's British.
she's
I
British.
believe she's
Okay,
British.
because I didn't think she was really. She seemed a little
Not
out of place.
American.
But did you also notice that when Daenerys and Jon Snow came on stage,
Hang
They
on, hang
have
on.
real names, right?
No, hang on a second. Daenerys, I have to have a moment.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
but did you notice when Daenerys and Jon Snow came
You
on
need to cut
stage,
in a dragon sound in the
They
middle of that.
they came out and they were very professional, on point. But
Yeah.
anytime anybody else was talking or presenting or doing things, they looked at them. They were complete and total freaks. Like who won? The Mrs. Maisel thing.
Oh yeah.
Last one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the director, writer, creator, she came up and she started talking
She
about
was
cheese.
odd, though.
She was very odd. But did you look at Jon and Daenerys? They were like, who is this crazy bitch? They were.
She's not on HBO.
They were, and then she goes backstage, and they still keep looking at her like something's weird. And then
Yeah.
they
This
presented,
ain't TV. This is HBO.
but they presented another award. It was the exact same thing. When somebody walked on stage, they looked at everybody like they were aliens.
This
It's
isn't
'cause we're-
USA. Characters are not welcome.
We're Americans and they're English, and therefore
was.
we're. But Amelia
They-
Clarke, I'm going to say this: there is no better actress besides the fact that she's absolutely adorable.
An eyebrow
that's-
actress.
Well,
It's crazy.
she's also adorable. Have you ever seen her in interviews? How she will just completely be the biggest nerd on the face of the earth, and just has this face that lights up with laughter, and you never see that when she's Daenerys.
Because
I'm going to make
Daenerys
you like
isn't-
Ariana Grande because she is the exact same way.
You know what? You and I are no longer friends.
Look,
I'm serious.
I
All that
watched-
bad PR that Ariana Grande gets for her stuff makes me think of Amelia Clarke and you defending her for all of her nerd stuff. Ariana's like hilarious. She's got these great YouTube videos where she would go on stage with her friend doing improv.
Really?
And her friend would do her friend was the comedian,
Mm-hmm.
and Ariana would just go on stage and just kind of be her like backup kind of thing. Oh, they're awesome. Like we like see some of these people as normal people. You're like, wow, they're actually kind of cool.
So I'm not supposed to judge her on her brother that was in Big Brother because he was an absolute dick.
I don't know that I can watch that.
I think his name was Bob Grande or something like that.
His name was
Bob.
Nacho Grande.
Peter Grande.
It was
Nacho
Nacho Grande.
Well, she did that. Miley Cyrus did that whole YouTube thing where it literally was she did with her band standing in the cornfield by her fans.
Yeah.
And she did something with Ariana Grande
Right,
where they did Crowded Houses Don't Dream It's Over, which is one of my all-time favorite songs.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't want to like you. But you
How
did a
dare
good
you?
Because here's my thing. There are certain songs, and as a musician, that you just don't mess with perfection. And Neil Finn's Don't Dream It's Over is one, to me, it's a perfect pop nugget. And Ariana Grande is one of those singers that does have the voice where she can go all over the place.
Right.
And she didn't do it then. And I thought, oh, hang on. I get respect for you.
Have you seen her on Jimmy Fallon or when she hosts SNL?
I don't like Jimmy
Oh
Fallon
my gosh,
at all.
her bits on SNL are hilarious.
You know what? I have seen where she kind of apes on it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she does that I think she does that on the videos that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just kind of interesting. You kind of wonder, like, specifically even talking about Nacho Grande.
Frankie Grande. That's his name.
Frankie.
Wait,
Frankie
you
Grande.
went from Bob to Nacho to Frankie.
I couldn't remember his goddamn name.
So I kind of wonder sometimes, like, when you
Fucking
know
annoying
that you're
asshole.
supposed to be a royal jerk on TV or when you're supposed to be a pop star, if that's just kind of the persona you take on. If you know, I mean, if you know if you know you're doing reality TV, you totally do reality TV.
But, that goes into any
like
kind
that
of...
time I was in Cheaters and I played straight.
I don't even know where to go with that.
Wait, did you ever see that?
No, I've never seen this. Someone has to send that to me.
Long. Oh, I have to
but
find
that goes into
you and Kelly.
And I had to be a royal jerk. So what do? You just turn it up.
So to be a jerk, you're straight. You're saying those of us who are straight.
No. It's cheaters. Cheaters.
The straight version of Richard is a dick. The gay version of Richard.
It was cheaters.
I like the gay
this
version
idea
of
that
you.
there was a relationship that then.
Can I really see this before we record the next podcast?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Is it really?
I don't know where it is.
Sean tells me where everything
is
on the internet.
I don't remember what your name was on it.
I think it was Richard.
But back to your point, I think that anytime we fall in love with a celebrity, I think it's so easy to fall in love with the idea of the celebrity.
Right.
I don't expect anyone else in the world to understand this, but I'm a huge Springsteen fan. And Springsteen, he's the boss.
Right.
And he said, those that come up to me expect me to be the boss. He said, no, I'm just Bruce. I'm someone's daddy. I'm someone's mom.
Yeah.
And so when you come up to me, I'm going to be just a fun guy, and I'm not going to be that persona. The persona makes me money. And I think that's true of any of them. And that, going back to Emilia Clarke, that's one of the things that I love about her is that when you watch her as Daenerys, she's this regal, passionate woman. When you get her over here away on a talk show, she's the biggest dork in the world that just gets giggly and stupid, and I absolutely adore her because of it.
All right, so to bring it back to the Minute of the Apes, because we need to get to the next.
At some point, we have to start recording.
So here's my question to you.
This is the in between, though.
I don't think we post this on the Minute of the Apes thing. I think we just call this Minute of the Apes in between.
I think Charlton Heston is playing Charlton Heston.
I don't disagree with you.
Bring it back. I don't think when he's on stage he's Charlton Heston. When he's at home he's Charlton Heston.
Can I ask a question about the in between minutes?
Can you?
Can you fuck off? With the in betweens, we don't have to beep anything, do we?
Oh, fuck that.
Well, can we agree on that?
Oh, I'm fine. I don't care.
Fine.
Okay, so no beeps on this.
Fuck it all.
Fuck.
Put NSFWFUCKYU.
Does the E screw anybody else up? Like I'm
Does
so
the what?
used to E being for everybody that every time I see E and it means explicit, it totally confuses me on ratings.
I don't look at ratings.
Even with a kid, I don't look at ratings either.
Here's the deal. I'm an adult, so I don't give a fuck. I just watch whatever I want to.
By the way, I also saw I, Tonya. Great movie.
Oh, we saw
I
it too.
see that.
Jamie and I saw it this weekend.
Really good movie.
I'm still not necessarily sure I'm comfortable with Tonya Harding being accepted as like a...
That's the problem. When I saw the Golden Globes, with them like celebrating, like, hey, Tonya, okay, let's back that down just a little bit because...
But I think it also, that film, and I don't want to say anything too much, I think it does say something about important what we do
what
to
happened
them.
to her, yeah.
Agreed.
And it's a very important without bashing over the head about it.
Yeah. But I don't think they should have been celebrating her so much at the Golden Globes.
I don't disagree with that.
That was the part.
Yeah.
A movie into her life and the abuse and what she went through from her mom to her boyfriend, all that stuff.
And to what society's done to her. Because in our
But they
society...
still destroyed somebody else in the process of
Right,
this
exactly.
whole thing.
Yes, they did. But our society loves to build up to tear down. But when we tear down, we rarely allow for the redemption of that person. Life is about, I'm going to screw up. I'm going to fall down. I hope I can surround myself with the people that can understand that I've made mistakes and let me move beyond. We don't let people go to jail and move beyond. We don't allow people to bash somebody in the knee and move on. I just think it's a very powerful idea. It's almost like when I saw the current, the live iteration of Cinderella. I don't know if either one of you saw it, but having a child at that time where she was maybe 10 to 12, that film was, I almost wept because at the end, Cinderella forgives the wicked stepmother. And I thought, holy crap, in this society to say, I forgive you, you don't hear that.
So is that what we're supposed to come away? No. So
no.
Would you say that about Tanya Harding? That's the come away. We're supposed to, as a society, forgive her.
I think that, to me, that is the subtext to the subtext, that if you're looking at all these things, by the time my wife and I got home and we're talking about it, I almost found in my head of, why don't I forgive people when they screw up? Because all I ever want when I screw up is somebody to understand and say, it's okay, don't worry about it.
Well, I think specifically with Tanya Harding is that we were not the ones involved in that moment other than being a party to watching it all.
Yeah, but at the same time,
to me, I don't feel like that I can give Tanya Harding forgiveness because I personally was not wronged, but I was a party to watching this entire thing unfold. And I'm excited to see Tanya for that reason, so I can kind of see the backstory and get a little more detail.
If there's an assault and someone's being beaten, and we as a crowd sit and watch it, and we do nothing to stop it, we're as guilty as the person beating.
Well,
and I think after a while we all, and it has something to say about the 24-hour news cycle that I thought was pretty well put too. That we look for that next thing, next thing to satiate our need to hear a great story that's going to rivet us until something else comes along.
Well, what you were talking about is where everybody sits around and nobody does anything. We're all complicit. There's a theory, and I cannot remember what the name of the theory is, that if there is a group of people that are around a problem, if somebody doesn't take control, nobody will take control. So
agreed.
If there are 20 people sitting around here, and I don't say, if I say somebody call 911, nobody's going to call 911 because everybody's thinking somebody else is going to do it. So you go, Richard, you call 911. Todd, you go stand outside and wait for the ambulance to show up. Person over here, put pressure on the wound and stuff like that. So whenever we all sit around and say, well, somebody else is going to do it because we're all just sitting here watching it, we're all complicit in it, somebody has to take control.
Oh, there's always that moment when something happens, you're like going, okay, what do we do? Who's doing what? And there's always at least one person who kind of jumps to it.
Somebody's got to be the boss.
So, and don't get me wrong, when you think about what those people did to another person, completely wrong, reprehensible. I do not want to mistake that at all. All I'm saying is that there does come a point in our society where we have to understand that people make mistakes and they need to be given a chance to move beyond.
Once you pay your debt to society, when do you stop suffering for it?
I ask that all the time. You know, you think about it. I had a friend who went to prison and never could get a job again. He's passed on now.
At one point, but he's never given the chance of.
And he never could find a break, and he tried. He had a college degree. Before that, he had been Teacher of the Year a couple of years, and he made mistakes. And he went and served his time. And when he got out, everybody looked at him like he was a leper. There's something wrong with society when it gets to that point.
I agree, and but there is just this moment of Tanya Harding being at the Golden Globes. Felt like it
being
was
celebration of her
celebrating that
else.
As opposed to.
I don't disagree with that.
I mean,
it was odd.
Instead of her being redeemed for the tough life she had, it's more like her being redeemed for assaulting, having somebody else assault somebody else.
The movie itself sounds like it might be a little bit of a redemption for her in terms of
and she even said that when she took the role, she said that she didn't want to. She had turned down the initial offer. Her manager came to her and said, "I just want you to think of this as a final chapter. Maybe this lets people know that there were other factors in this that they don't know, that they don't understand how this could snowball out of control." And, you know, whether you take her at her word that her word is she really didn't have anything to do with what happened.
Yeah. That
But
she
she's
wasn't involved in
complicit
the assault,
at the
yeah.
same time. She's complicit in it because even if I kind of know about it, I should say something to
How
stop
deep
it.
does the movie go into celebrity boxing and things like that as
At
well?
the very
It
end,
touches it.
It's very end. It touches on it.
I can't even imagine what it's like to be have things taken away from